Hello, this is the Eclectic Mr. D, and welcome to my channel. Today I'm doing something a bit different, something I haven't done before. Recently, I've gotten involved in the online community of the World of Warships video game, and have joined a clan and started working with them. Now, being a part of a clan has a lot of benefits. One is that you make friends, and those friends help you out. So, recently, I was able to get to Tier 8 in the American Heavy Cruiser line, which gave me the Baltimore class cruiser. My friends have helped me get there, and they've helped me start to improve the ship as well. So this is one of my first battles in the Tier 8 Baltimore. Now the Baltimore is kind of special to me because my own father served on one in the Korean War, the USS St. Paul CA-73. So this is a ship I was really looking forward to having. Now, because this is a stock Baltimore in the game, which has really bad range and some other drawbacks, I put on some nice camo, and we put on a decent number of flags to kind of improve the performance. Now, working with me is Shane, who's RSD-76, and JetRebel. Now, Shane suggested at the very beginning, it is all in Discord, so it's not actually within the video, that I go around that nice big mountain in front of us, work my way around, and if you look at the mini-map, there's that, well, and also you can see it in the map, kind of where RSD-76 is, that big island. My objective is to kind of curve around that island and set myself up, bow into sea, so that I can cover Shane as he tries to capture Area C. Now, he's kind of showing me that that's where he wants to go. You can see it in the mini-map when he's doing the attention to square. This is where he's telling me where he wants me to go. Jet is right behind me, or right beside me, off to my port, and he's going to kind of do the same thing. That way we can kind of concentrate our efforts together, maybe focus fire, give us a little bit more protection. Now Shane, as you can see on the mini-map, he's kind of hanging just outside of C. At this point he was debating whether he wanted to go in, and I think he's waiting for us to get into a position where we can cover him.
Massive storm moving in.
Now we can see off in the distance that we've got two battleships, a Scharnhorst and a North Carolina, both of which are pretty powerful battleships. And they're escorted by at least one Mogami class cruiser. Looks like there's something else there. Yeah, there's definitely something else there with the Scharnhorst. So we got our work cut out for us. Now, due to some performance issues I was having and some other things, I installed Aslan's mods, and you can kind of see that in the interface. One off to the right, as I'm kind of keyed in on this Mogami, I can kind of see what his perspective on target is. Also, above the actual targeting, right above the Mogami name, there's a little colored bar. When it's green, he's moving forward, black, he's stopped, and red, he's backing. This helps me determine whether I should be firing back towards the stern, kind of lead him as he moves backwards, or, you know, up towards the front, or just dead center. Now, you can tell a lot of this by looking at the smokes coming out of the smokestack, or just kind of watching the ship for a bit, but it does save a bit of time, and in this type of battle, time can be very crucial. Just had a destroyer go right behind me as I was trying to back up to get into a better shot. Not a big deal, but I'm really glad I didn't hit him because I didn't realize he was there. And I'm just stopping to see what I can see. We got that storm that's going to be coming in a few minutes. It's going to really shut down our range. Could be good, could be bad. Some ship, possibly that Mogami. I don't know if the Mogami has torps. Did send some torps through. Got to worry about that. And while I'm waiting, I figured I'd just take a pot shot at somebody else. It really wasn't worth it. The Ibuki is right on the edge of my range. I'm not going to hit him. That's what really sucks about the stock Baltimore. I really do kind of wish the game designers would strengthen up the Baltimore a little bit. Historically, the Baltimore's main guns could fire at least 15 miles, which would be about 23 kilometers. But I know they've got to do balancing. It just seems like the Baltimore is relatively under strength for what it should be. At least once you get the fire control upgrade, its range increases to 15.8, which is respectable. Not totally wonderful, but at least respectable. I'm just trying to find a good target that I can fire at. You can see the indicator. You can see that he's moving backwards. You could also, if you rewind the video and look, you can see the water in front of him, the white water in front of him. Yeah, you can see it there too. So you know he's going backwards. The Aslan mods just help you get to a conclusion a little faster. Now, the enemy is focus firing on this battleship, so he's buying us a little bit of time. There's not much we can do to help him. And we just lost him. So now our challenge is to do a strategic withdrawal while getting a decent amount of fire. I'm still getting used to this ship, so I don't feel too bad about running aground. It's kind of embarrassing, but it happens. At this point, we're figuring we might still be able to cover Shane at the cap and the other destroyer that's with him. So we're going to take up the firing positions again, see what we can do. Looks like Shane used some of his smoke to cover both of them. At this point, Shane was debating whether to go into D, but probably decided against it because there is something we can see on the mini-map, that there is something sitting in D. And it looks to be a battleship. So both Jet and I are at this point are focused on that Boise. Let's see if we can take him out. He should have fairly thin sides. We've got a decent chance of being able to take him out before we ourselves have to vacate. Because taking on a Schornhorst with an American cruiser, just not a very good idea. And we got him. I can tell that I was being covered by two, then one, not very far from being taken and covered by a number of ships again. Now with that St. Louis coming up and the St. Louis actually being a pretty good player, we really We really can't expect to hold C at this point. Yeah, I'm starting to take some significant damage. Now, our preferred target is the St. Louis because we are getting decent penetration off of it. Schornhorst has better armor. It's going to be harder to deal with. Now with the Cyclone, our visibility range has really, really gone down. So now the Schornhorst is back in action.
The ship is on fire.
I'm trying to keep my bow to him, kind of reducing my profile, but he is getting very good hits. I do need to get away. If you look at my results, I'm hitting him, but half to 2/3 of my shells are not penetrating and not doing any damage. And now my secondaries are coming into play. So we're pretty close. He's got torps, I don't. So that's a danger. Really don't want to end up on his kill list.
Ship is on fire.
Just use my repair because having a burning Baltimore is just not a pleasant thing. Now at this point I'm hoping to get my forward turret swinging around so I can kite. Be nice to be able to bring all guns onto him instead of just my rear ones. Jet and I at this point still want to fight that Schornhorst, maybe take him down. But now I get a warning that I'm about to run into an island, and running into an island makes me a sitting target for him. Really don't want to go there. I can't see him now. At this point, fired off a lost volley, time to go dark and not hit Jet. We're going to join the other cruiser over in B so we can assist in cap. Because really, in random battles, caps are what really win it. And we just lost Cap C. Now Jet sees that there's a cruiser there. I don't see him yet. I know he's there, but I can't get a target on him. And there he is, gonna try and, yeah, fire off my shots, but that Atlantis finally finished him off. So that was just kind of a waste. But we've almost done the capture. Now, at this point, kind of look up and see that we've got 2 ships left. One is that cruiser that was bothering us at sea. The other's the Schornhorst we just ran away from. So we know where they are at. Something just killed off our Atlanta, so now we're down to 3. Our other ship is that Seattle that you can see in the mini-map around I-5. Our biggest threat right now is that cruiser. We know he's around here. And there he is. Now, had I been smarter, I probably would have moved towards the shore a bit quicker. Maybe not maybe even held my fire until I could do that. But I'm really not that great of a player, so I'm taking shots at this guy, and it cost me. So now it's 2-on-2. Schornhorst and cruiser against our cruiser and, well, our two cruisers. And we can tell on the mini-map that Captain Matthews in the Seattle is now engaged with that Schornhorst. We had whittled him down, but it may not be enough. Jet, for his point, he's got to deal with this cruiser. It's a good thing he didn't move forward, because he would have eaten those torps, and that would have been the end of him. Then the cruiser could have gained up with the Schornhorst and taken out the Seattle. Instead, Jet's using this island for cover. And as a spectator, I'm going to move into position so I can watch this unfold. The other battle going on is a running battle. This one's a standoff. Luna has definitely dropped down his or her speed, and is now going to use the island for cover as well. Okay, so the Seattle just took out the Schornhorst. Now it's going to be 2-on-1. Still anybody's game. If Luna can polish off Jet before that Seattle gets into range, we're screwed. Shady Noctis makes a good point to Jet. He just needs to focus on living, although at this point I don't think Jet's paying any attention to what's going on in chat. And Kayak Destroyer definitely catches the mood. Even in Discord at this point, Jet was saying this is pretty tense. And he's got an audience and he knows it. Now Shady's suggesting torps. Jet doesn't have an angle to get at them. Rather, Jet's going to try and move again to get that island, protecting him. Okay, now the Seattle's come within firing range and is starting to pepper him. Now, in the Discord server, we're being told, hey, that Seattle really needs to go to AP to get at that. So I suggest it. Captain Matthews doesn't really take my suggestion. That's fine. It's his game, not mine, right? At this point. But Luna's got to get out of there. Can't take the fire from the Seattle and risk dealing with Jet. Jet sees him coming, fires off those torps. And that's what does it. So I hope you enjoyed that presentation of the battle, and I just want to say that we had some really good players on both sides, and that's what made it really fun and really epic. So if you like, subscribe, and maybe I'll be able to do some more in the future. Thanks.